So you've purchased yourself a motorhome, and you've decided to pull a vehicle behind it. What vehicle will you choose?
Well, if you choose a 4x4 Jeep Wrangler JK, you've come to the right place, because Cheryl and I are about to do a series on converting this Jeep Wrangler into a Toad.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Not that kind of Toad.
This is not meant to be an instructional video. We are not professionals. We are just Jeep owners attempting to modify our own Jeep. We are not responsible for anyone attempting this modification on their own. WeRmudfun!
Alright, step one in our Toad conversion is going to be putting on a base plate. What the base plate's going to allow you to do is the tow bar will hook up to it. So let's jack this up a little so you can get a better view and install the base plate. Alright, and when it comes to base plates, there's three main players. You have Demco, you have Blue Ox, you have Roadmaster. On our Jeep TJ, we went with Demco, but we used to take it off during the winter, so it didn't even look like it was a tow vehicle. Now on our Liberty, we went with Demco, and as you can see, if you're up in the Northeast, you'd probably think that we had a snowplow that we attached to it during the winter. But that's because they kind of stick out. Now the other two have removable ends, and if I recall, I think Demco has a removable end now, so if you look straight down, you can't see it. But if you go underneath, it's still there. And it in our opinion, for what we intend to do, if we're out in Utah, and we want to do a little off-roading, and we come up to a hill and the approach angle is a little bit off, and we bang those bars, guess what? We can't tow this back home without changing that, or driving two vehicles home. There's also bumper manufacturers that will weld on mounting spots so that you can tow it behind the RV also. The problem I had with that is a steel bumper, a lot of weight. Aluminum bumper, a lot of money. So we researched everything this time, and we're gonna go with Currie Enterprises Rock Jock, which is right here. Now, if you look over here, this is just a piece of plastic. It's a plastic valance. To go with any of the three big ones, you have to cut into this and still put it back up. With this, you just take it down and replace it. Now this thing, that's 33 pounds of solid steel. So if I'm coming in and the approach angle is a little bit low, guess what? It becomes a skid plate. So we decided this is the best bet. It's also the cheapest. I will have a link in the description box for this base plate and everything else that we're doing to convert this over to a Toad. All right, let's get it mounted. So what you're gonna need to do is you need to remove these retaining pins to get this valance off. There are 4 across the front and there are 2 up underneath it. You can either use a trim removal tool or you can use a screwdriver. Simply just stick it in, pull, and take it down. Trim removal tool is just as simple. Stick it in, pull it down. All right, and as I said, there would be 2. One on this side, one on the other side. You do the same thing. Pry it up. Take it out. There's only one left holding it. And there you can see the plastic valance that we just took off in front of the base plate that we're about to put on. If you have a 2010 Jeep or newer, like this is a 2017, in 2010, Jeep changed the cross member ends. For some reason, they made them longer than the cross member. That has to be taken out. So we're gonna use an angle grinder to cut it out.
And here's a little piece that got cut off. We're just filing down the rough edges. Now with a little bit of spray paint, it looks good as new.
Because this is going to go this way. To hold. So what we did was we lifted it into place, and now we're putting in the last bolt across the front.
Yeah, I had to do some nudging.
Yeah, you gotta do some nudging, a little bit of banging. Really didn't want to.
Little rubber mallet.
Yeah, I didn't want to cooperate at first. Alright, so those are all across the front. You want to make sure this is centered, so I'm measuring off of here to here. 9/16. And the same here. 9/16. So we're good. Alright, just tightening up the last of the front bolts here. Alright, on to the back. Now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have to drill out the holes along here. Except these last ones on the ends. Because there's nothing there. Feel free to run a drill through it, but it's not necessary.
Decorative holes.
This is not flush yet. This has to sit flush on the cross member. So I'm going to put a C-clamp right here to squeeze it together. Then we're going to drill the holes for the screws and mount them. All right, so it's clamped up. Nice and close. Just going to hit center punch it. We're going to start with a 3/16 inch bit as a pilot hole. And you'll follow that up with a 3/8 inch drill. There, one done. Alright, just tightening the last bolt and we're done.
There. It's all installed.
Yep.
Let's go check it out on the outside.
Alright, installed. I think that looks great.
Yeah, I like the way it looks.
I like it better than the plastic thing. And the approach angle is great. I mean, these even come up and it's still a skid plate here. That will work out fine for any problems. Now, what I didn't tell you is what tow bar will hook up to this. If you go out online and research this, they're going to tell you Blue Ox, and that's true. You may also see places that say Demco will fit. Well, we have Demco. This is the clevis off the end of our Ready Brute. As you can see, it doesn't fit. You would have to do some grinding here or here. I just didn't want to do that. They said Blue Ox would fit. Didn't cost an arm and a leg, so we went and got Blue Ox clevises. I mean, they fit perfectly.
Very cool.
So we're going to end up mounting these to our Ready Brute tow bar. Alright, well there you go. Step one of converting the Jeep Wrangler to a Toad has been completed. Well, except for taking it off the jack stands. Honey, you got to remind me to do that.
Yeah, I will.
That could be trouble. So, if you have any questions about what we did or need any more information, post a comment below. We'll do our best to answer your questions. We hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? That's only step one. If you want to convert your Wrangler over, we got more videos coming. So, until the next step, the end.